was there, but I didn't.
Very good. He gave him good. A shtickle musa, but he spoke that kind of things. We're talking about. And to put together all the shurden is not enough. About Gula Mashiach, it's not enough. We have to get everything, for Lamdonim and for not from yet and for the Abdul Goyim. Yeah, so this is mamish with Meret. I mean, to say the Sikha is very good. It's very nice. I don't know if that's whatever wanted to, like you said. So it's a Kachem Shir Gula as a sign for everyone.
So you let him join.
I don't know. He's a mashpir.
The only one I tuned into was to Simon, partially. He was quite interesting.
Huh? Oh, Simon, yeah. It was very nice. Did you see it? They ever put in Einzige and Einzige? That's amazing. Mm-hmm. The Einzige Shliach and the Einzige Mashiach. They ever put in Einzige. The word Einzige. Unbelievable.
But then he had the other thing, which is what the Rebbe took out.
Okay. But again, after there were stories that the Rebbe pushed it. When the people wrote in.
No, I think that's not.
Again.
I don't think this is the answer. I think the answer is simple. The Sikha Zak the Rebbe.
Right. We have to.
The Melech is not going for elections.
Right. That's true also.
It is for us to appoint the Melech. The Melech is not coming. He says, guys, I'm electioneering. So the Melech himself cannot tell you in the Sikha, I want you to recognize me as your Melech. That's why he is indicating it. He's hinting to it in many places. Menachem Shmoy, Neinzi Mashiach, Mitzidorenu. I mean, and all these things. There's amazing words that this whole Sikha throughout. But to say it outright is electioneering, which is not part of the process in Torah.
Right, 100%. I was also thinking in the Indian that the Rebbe explained the Ein of Shlichus. Isn't it interesting? After all the years of Shlichus, the Rebbe comes Nun Beis Davke, not Tavshin Yud. The Rebbe is explaining what's the Ein of Shlichus. The whole thing of Shlichus, the Rebbe says, Ein Mashiach, Davke Nun Beis, because I guess it wasn't the time. In Tavshin Yud, we had to do the Aveda. It was a different Aveda. The Rebbe didn't come up with this whole beer of Shlichus up until Nun Beis.
I don't know. I personally don't see it this way. I mean, this is if you really look at it, there is no chiddush in the sikha that we haven't heard before. The only thing that we hear in this sikha is the words which Rebbe implied in the past.
Well, if you look at Tafshin Mem Zayin, I was learning yesterday.
Yeah.
The Kinus Tafshin Mem Zayin. So the Rebbe says the difference between an askin and a shliach. The askin comes and tells you about global problems, and after he tells you about global problems, tells you have to support this and this organization because this Talmud Torah. So he says the shliach is just the opposite. Comes and tells you, I'm here for you, for the individual, and that's the why the shluchim are successful, because we're not focused on the klal but the prat, and specifically through the prat, that's how we are successful. And then the Rebbe says it. And after that, you come together and remind each other at the kinus that there's a prize. And what's the prize? Mashiach's going to come. But the prize cannot take away from the detail of the shlichus. So it almost seems like in Tavshin Zion, the Rebbe is saying that the idea that Yeder Prat has to be involved with Mashiach is that gets in the way almost. That's the way I saw it. That's a secondary thing. But then the Tavshin and Beis, it says Yeder Nekuda has to be durchgedrungen with seems to me a different nekuda than the Mem Zayin Kinus. Very different. It's not just that this is the after that gives you excitement, that you know that there's going to be something later, but every single nekuda. So it's like the prat and the klal together. The yeder prat is, we're still dealing with the prat, with the one Jew putting on tefillin, one Jew, but that prat is how it's being Makabel Mashiach.
Maybe that's the difference between before Avodah Saberurim has concluded and after Avodah Saberurim has concluded. All these sikhs is all about one. The Rebbe said Avodah Saberurim has concluded, and therefore the einzige Sache, was geblieben ist, Kabbalas von Mashiach Tzidkenu, is also in Vayero, not in Chayesar only. In Vayero, the Rebbe says.
Right.
So the Rebbe makes it over here much stronger, much more powerful. The Pashtas, he gave us the marching orders for when we won't hear any sikhs. So you have to make it very clear. We idiots, we don't get hints, right? Wird mir gesagt, einmal Aid gesagt, that he knows that he's very intelligent. He's a klugerit. Dr. Van Weister is a klugerit. Because I get a hint. I don't need to be told everything very clearly and graphically. I get an emes. It's an emotion. The other day I was visiting someone, and I got the hint that he feels that it's time for me to leave. So what was the hint? So he took me by my hand. He walked me to the door. He gave me a kick in the pants. And then I got the hint that he wants me to leave. Right? Sicha Nun Beis, the Rebbe gave us the hint. Okay? Everything I told you, you didn't get it? Okay. Here it is. That's why he didn't know. He left the door closed.
If you're going to Valabasa and you're trying to raise money, he gives you that hint.
Right, because I think in the Mems, the Rebbe also speaks about learning Mashiach Gula, if I saw. Learning Mashiach Gula, I didn't see it. Have you ever picked that up? I never picked that up. The Mems.
A lot of things that the Rebbe said that we don't pick up.
Yeah.
Fortunately, right? In Basi Legan, in Tashi Yud, the Rebbe said the same marching orders that it says in Nun Beis. The Feinem of the Welt. What is this? From what I was told once, that the guys who were sitting by the Fabrengen, they felt like the Rebbe is probably now he's talking between Kingston and Albany and Brooklyn. He's probably talking about Schenectady, maybe Utica, St. John's. I never the Welt. Right? But that's what the Rebbe says. From Tafshin Yud till Nun Beis, it's the same shlichus, same subject, the same idea. Same thing, nothing changed. But it became, obviously, there was obviously changes. There was gradual changes in the development of this galus of Mashiach. There's no question about it. When years before the Rebbe did not want we should say Melech HaMashiach, right? The same lady, the same person actually, who once came by dollars and gave the Rebbe a letter that was written on it, Melech HaMashiach. So the Rebbe took it and gave it to Label Graner, Bestes geben, wenn sein da. Halt es and give it to Mashiach, wenn sein.
When was that? What year was that?
I think it was Tafshin Nun.
Tafshin Nun. Wow. What a difference.
He gave the Rebbe a letter, and he wrote to Rebbe Melech HaMashiach, or Melech HaMashiach itself. And the Rebbe took that letter, gave it to Label Graner. He didn't tell him, discard it. He just told him, hold on to it, as to some geben, when Mashiach sein. The same person, a year later, the very same person, that was not after the knowledge, the same person, again, came with a letter, and the Rebbe took it.
Who was it? Who was the person?
I think it was Nachshon, if I'm not mistaken.
It was Nachshon.
I think so, I'm not 100% sure. Okay?
The people who were writing Melech HaMashiach, Avram Periz, in the
and what did the Rebbe say then? Yet it's the sight of them. Not that it's not true. It's not the time yet. Everything has its time. I don't know if I ever shared this. I had an amazing answer from the Rebbe. Yud Aleph Nissen Tafshin Nun Beis. A good Yora Bruvin. What?
Ze geven hem een Malakal-almen.
Okay.
By the dentist.
Okay.
Ungefüllt alle Lecher.
Okay. So is when he puts a crown.
Alle Lecher. Crown heb ik niet zeker gedaan. Maar Lecher, the crown is safe of Kalam.
The crown is safe. So I got a phone call from a very prominent reporter, French-speaking reporter here in Montreal. I think it was Sunday. She wants to have the program on Sunday. She has a live program across Canada, live program, very prominent program, Sunday, 12 o'clock. It's a very, very well followed program. She knew all about the Rebbe. A year before, she with a whole group of people that made a 1-hour documentary about Rebbe and Chassidim, Lubavitch. It's called actually Lubavitch. It was an extremely, extremely successful program they made. They actually won in Europe and one of the festivals of the French, worldwide French documentaries. It came in the fourth. So it was a very successful program. So she knew all about the Rebbe. She interviewed us extensively. She spent a half year in my house, interviewing and filming and thus made a very high class movie. And so she called me a few days before you listen. And she said, look, I would like to interview you in honor of the Rebbe's birthday. It was after Chav Zayin Adar. But I want you to know, I'm warning you beforehand, one of the questions I'm going to ask you is, do you still believe that the Rebbe is Mashiach? Period. And she tells me clearly, I want you to know, I'm not going to let you off the hook. I know you can skate. I know you can try to get around the question, but I will not let you. I'm telling you now, you should know. And I have dedicated 15 minutes, because she has 4 segments of 15 minutes. I've dedicated 50 minutes to you, but if I need, I'll cancel somebody else and I'll keep it for a half hour till you are going to have to answer. If you don't want, don't come. I don't want to ambush you. I want you to know this is what it's going to be. I said, fine, I hear, let me think about it. When can I get back to you? When is the latest I can get back to you? Program starts at 12, Sunday, 11 o'clock. Till 11 o'clock, because after this, the people come into the studio already. But till 11 o'clock, you tell me that you're coming, I'll rearrange the program and you'll be on. I said, fine, thank you. I wrote a zettel. I think on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was Tuesday. I called Label and I said, Label, this is the question. First of all, should I go, should I not go? It's a live program. You can't edit, can't eck in the back end. It's direct. Whatever you said is out, number one. And if I should go, what I'm thinking I should be answering is as follows. If you ask me, do I believe that the Rebbe is Moshiach? I will say no. If you ask me, do I know that the Rebbe is Moshiach? I'm going to say yes. Why? And I'll give the example. If a person comes to a sofer asking, do you believe that those tefillin are kosher or not? I don't want the sofer to believe they're kosher. I need him to check the halacha. Don't tell me you believe they're kosher. If you believe they're kosher, they're not good for you. The halachas which makes a pair of tefillin kosher are the nish kosher. So if you ask me, do I believe in the whole concept of Mashiach? Das is animaimim. But the identity of Mashiach has nothing to do with belief. We have a Rambam. And I'm going to bring the Rambam, Hilchos Melachim, Perek Yud Aleph, and I'm going to start reading Im Yamid Melech, and I'm going to say, basically the Rambam describes the Rebbe. So this is halacha. It has nothing to do with emunah. This is simple halacha, and that's what I think I should be answering. So my question is threefold. Should I go, should I not go? Should I say this or should I not say this? And if I should say, I'm asking you a bracha, I should talk, it should be batzlach. As I said, I think I sent in the question Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. She's not going to answer. Okay? I'm getting ready to tell her that I'm not coming. Sunday morning, 6:15, if I'm not mistaken, or 6:20 in the morning. Label calls me. I just had the opportunity to ask the Rebbe your question. I asked 3 times to make sure that it's clear, right? Because everything is a shaker, a shuttle income. I re-asked the question in 3 different ways. And on every one of them, the Rebbe said yes. Go, a bracha, and this is what you should answer.
Wow. This is person mission.
Huh?
And this person mission.
I told this. I already told the story in the past. To you, it's a person mission. Okay?
Wait so long.
Huh?
Okay.
So unfortunately, we've been waiting 30 years since the base. Unfortunately, right? So that's Pasha. That's the answer. To me. So.
Okay, Tapar the Flacha, what's the agenda? Mendel, no, what's happening? Are we getting out or not?
Man darf gehen, schreien in die Gassen und sagen, na jeder Reiner, als das ist das. So. And me funfit a bissel ahead.
What's happening with the kinnis? Did anybody ever get through to the kinnis to ask? Or?
Is Mendel on?
I'm here. We got very close.
So
what's happening?
We were.
We dropped the ball.
Oh, you gotta pick it back up.
They have not been contacted yet, but we have words to share with them. They just have to be edited.
Did what? We still didn't contact them. I mean, it's
can anybody give me any?
This is starting yesterday. What is being waited for?
Man gedacht schreiben den Nussach, man gedacht machen das, und sie darf kommen und dann that, whatever. Es hat sich verhankert.
No.
Also wie eine andere Sachen.
Das ist schön.
Ja.
This sounds mamish Mashiach. Slow, Lepzach, Katzach.
In the end, I wasn't going to go to the kinnis, but today, after they charging an extra $100, Demontzach is like a tough game.
Charging an extra $100?
No, because they charge an extra $100 if you register late.
Ah.
So Dafke yet I decided that I wasn't going to go because I'm making a chassan in 2 weeks afterwards. And Heinte mich eingefallen. Du darfst doch auf mal größere Berache da. Das doch weißt wie machen chassan. Is what's means that why I'm done the aim and dot going there. So I said, I'll check with the Rebbe. So I opened up I opened on my phone. I have this app and the Rebbe says darfst arbeiten in Kerem Chabad. And das wissen that the ganze Ashva Kim von Rebbe. Just like my Ayan Libasa is does is the schreibt that the Wilson Schmar bezam benesius. You're in traveling, no, but a bissel make me off something like that.
Wow.
So and it was I saw this as a very yeah.
Maybe we can get together after the Minatzchim have a particular.
No, we should have a fabring. No, we should definitely have a fabring. You see, if we have a table and we make a fabring, and all of them come into the dish. Well, the other ways, as that foils on Mashiach. I feel that I'm happy that everybody's learning the sikha, but it's a tremendous gain. It's unbelievable gain. I see that everybody's dodging the nakud over there. But at all of the arum for the ganze there's a very strong nakud over there, which is like we say, the elephant in the room. And okay,
we're running around it.
Not the left the head, left the hand, all good as that. Our bottom line. The Rebbe watching 30 years. That we that we should point with our finger. Maribet's boy. I gave a very. I don't know if you heard last week. I gave a share in Levi Yitzchak. Because I know you listened to my stuff. It was called the Revelation of Mashiach. So it was I think a very thorough share. What's meant the Rebbe and Pashas Vayedo, Sheshigavende is Galus. So I spoke about it. And I'm continuing tomorrow night. It's so once you're not afraid to tackle the Inyanim and learn it the Eon and look into it a little deeper, it becomes so clear. It becomes such a thing, and then I think the discomfort goes away. We're a little uncomfortable because of lack of yediyah, because we get, because of the blurriness, we get a little whatever. Mitzacheni, I think it's important that we keep that we have to come to the inyanim and at least present inyanim delicately, because there's such an allergic reaction, particularly by so much an anash and by shluchim, that if you try to crash the thing very quickly, it's a bissel vetshvidas hakelim.
I mean, there's no question that there's been a tremendous shift, and I'm talking about shluchim. I saw it last week. We had this past Motzei Shabbos. We had a beautiful Motzei Shabbos event.
I saw pictures.
It was beautiful. It was much beautiful, and I can tell you, I told Rabbi Matchkin that we have to make a Shachianu B'Shem Malchus. Sadly, this is the first time. It's the first time that we Shluchim here in Montreal got together officially at the Farbrengen, and the topic is we're not afraid to say the M word. It's Herzbeitung. It's Reis beim Herzen. Aber l'chol hapachas. I mean,
Mitzad Sheni, our Funke lernt am Maim von der Shabnechten, and he, I gave a share in it, and in the end he talks about Pischili Kichuta Shalmachat, and he have to like Pischa Shalulam. So I think that at least what we're seeing now should be at least considered Pesach Shalmachat. I was don't start from Vart until everybody's on board with all the inyanim. But at least, as you said, people are not afraid to say anymore. They're embracing the word. People are getting more comfortable speaking about it. I mean,
look, if you learn Dvar Malchus, you have to realize, translate, what means Dvar Malchus? Who's it coming from?
Yeah.
It's not coming from the government. It's not coming from the palace. It's coming from the Melech. The moment Dvar Malchus becomes your reality, verstehst du that there is a Melech. That's just a natural step, but you have to bring it to the attention. So we have to encourage people, look, go take that step. But this step is already much easier than the step than the ice that we had to break, that Baruch Hashem that was broken now. And there has been a tremendous shift. But yeah, Nun Beis is today. The Nun Beis has to be today. Unfortunately, it took so many years, and this is nothing to be proud of. Imagine, what are we coming to the Rebbe, the Skinners? Rebbe, I want to tell you, Lo Yosisu Shlichuscha. If you think about it, it's 30 years. You're telling me I should come to the Mishalech and tell Yosisu Shlichusi. Rebbe, I'm coming to tell you that for 30 years, Lo Yosisu Shlichuscha. Because I'm only starting learning the Sikh now, kind of. So there's nothing to celebrate here from this perspective. But from the other side, the Chalapach is Hein, Baruch Hashem, as is Hein, was in the 30 years. So
Asisi is Sukkoscha. So now we could say Asisi is
Sukkoscha. Yeah. And in the Mochanim Zuma Nasa, and that's what we have Takal, we do Takal.
It reminds me, there's a Batchin Yankel Miller who says that he woke up one morning and he was having his Yitzhahara wants to get out of bed, also race dancing from bed, learn and daven. Says the Yitzhahara is keeping him in bed. He says, he goes on, he says, Schwer, he says, gemeint says, ich habe nicht gewonnen, ich habe gewonnen. Also Minatzchim over my Yitzhahara, ich habe race getanzt vom Bett, gedaven gelernt, nach 8 Stunden Milchame habe ich gewonnen. So he says, Asisi is Shechusi. It may have taken 30 years, but we're on it.
No, but weißt du, wie viel zerreißt beim Herz, but from the other side, we darf gucken chiyuvdik, and we have to build chiyuvdik, and there is a momentum, and we have to see how. I have no idea what's going on in the Kinnus. I don't know what if the programs attack Mashiach dik, if the programs attack Gola dik. I don't know. Haven't heard anything. But what?
We should make a point of speaking to Shlomi and finding out what this helped.
It's Monday. By now they're printing already. Usually they print by Tuesday, Wednesday.
Things can always be made to happen. Something tells me this whole kinnis is a bissel they're throwing it together at the last minute.
It's always like this.
No, not often.
It's always last minute, but I really think, I mean, we spoke already for a month that they should be approached, and let's make this happen. Mandy, you were supposed to speak to Brisky or whoever. Who was it then?
We spoke to Brisky. We spoke to Laser.
No,
but,
Brisky had some in the Yanam that were very intense for him. He wanted to, but he got nothing to do with whatever. Brisky
got some personal in Yanam. Okay.
Yeah. But he helped us with formulating this letter, but somehow we We didn't finish this. It came back the last minute. And me and Andy were working on Matzah Shabbos, and then the Monday we went to learn, and then yesterday we didn't connect, and we never submitted. That's the problem.
So Reuven, do you have any time today? We'll talk afterwards.
Yes. Yeah. No, we don't have time to talk. We have to just do it, to send it.
We have to finish it, that's all.
It looks like Mandy is capable today. I see Mandy ought to offer the cup pint. So things will go.
Mandy, the Band-Aid's not helping Mandy.
I put a Band-Aid on, Sin.
I'm offering the cup. So that's his game spell.
I cut myself shaving,
Right, exactly.
Nice and liking.
Once we're talking about that, I want to share something with you. Oh, I don't know if you saw this or not, but I think it's something that's worth looking at. Did you see this? This is October 20th, that they're having discussions to normalize ties with Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
October 20th? Wow.
Just now.
Post it. Where is it? Post the link.
All right, okay, I'll share it.
Wow, it's amazing.
Yeah, someone told me about it, and then I just looked it up now to find it. I'll share it in the chat, and then I'll share it on the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Stam, it's good to see good things.
Reuven, what's happening with the handbook, Reuven?
I have to go finish it today. It's all a million things I have to finish today.
But what goes first? This is the erste Sache.
No, it'll be a crime if we don't use out the opportunity of the kiddos. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the time which sets to many shluchim. It sets the tone.
Yeah, the metal was hot, Mazak.
No, and also things that are being said at the kiddos sets the tone for a lot of shluchim. Now those shluchim they have their own fire, but to many shluchim. They go away with a direction. Okay, this is what is the kiddos, so this is what has to be done.
100% to get their marching orders from the kiddos.
Yeah. So if you don't want to get sidetracked about the 1,200 and whatever amount of new moistus, let's stay focused on the shlichus, with all the respect.
Yeah.
Suddenly, when the belt hits on Kachaming Mashiach mit Amal, what is it called? Forgetting the name of the organization. And so mit Amal mit Naya Sachen. Wonderful. Okay, but if the 1,200 Nifzoim would be hard to promote Mashiach around the world, that would be beautiful. But let's be chiyuvdik again. Let's stay chiyuvdik. And it is really, it's going to be a crime if we're not using our kindness as a real opportunity to set the tone. And
the Rebbe wanted both. The Rebbe wanted both. The Rebbe wanted Meistis. They're doing the Meistis, and we're doing the Mashiach part.
No, the Rebbe wants that the Moses should be the Mashiach. That's what the Rebbe wants. The Moses should be durchgenommen. Das sagt der Rebbe, sein durchgenommen, begalui in Yana Mashiach. That's what the Rebbe says. I'm not saying not to make noises, but I'm just saying suddenly not taking the focus onto to something else. So that's what I'm saying. So let's stay focused and let's keep pushing. And we say Baruch Hashem, the Minatzchim have succeeded in moving the needle and pushing it forward. And the Mashiach office within 302 is very, very highly respected and prominent. So let's use it out.
So the bottom line is that we need to make sure that Minatzchim is somehow a part of mentioned at one point or another in the kinnis, because again, as you know, Mandy, as we talked about, this really is to a certain degree something that I think, whether people realize it or not, I don't know if enough people realize it, but as we were saying, that this is the Ishas Reu Yazoiru of the fact that as we're seeing with the Total Mitzvah and this vision conscious, that there are many shluchim that are looking for the eitzes and the direction to be mekayim the tzavashah, and And so we're not trying to push an agenda. We're offering a service here. We're offering this resource that many, I think, a lot more shluchim would avail themselves of if they knew what it was. And they may not come on regularly, but they might come on periodically. Maybe they'll hear something that will send on fire, and they'll go and they'll run with it. So I think we have to find a way to incorporate this into the Knesset. And again, 5 minutes on Motzei Shabbos or whatever it is something that we have to really see if we can make happen.
I know we've spoken in the past about it, but like about having like a list of speakers the next month with a flyer, Minatzchim, something just that people could say, hey, look, Rabbi Lipsker, Rabbi this next 2 months, and there's a flyer with pictures of people and saying this is kind of like a continuous thing at this time. I know we talked about things like that in the past, but just like to have at the kinnis, it might be nice. Just
I think it's a great idea. I think if we can put out something that shows, that provides information, like real material.
Talked about it last time, a few times ago, that there should be a little flyer on the tables Friday morning. Friday morning by brunch, lunch, breakfast, whatever, about Minatzchim, and join. Here's the number, and this is what's happening. It doesn't have to be the most glitzy brochure, even a one-pager, a flyer. The number where to sign up, and this is what's happening.
Yeah, that's good. It just went down.
It was just mute. I think I hit the wrong one.
Didn't want to say it, Mandy, but you did it.
No, I did it. I didn't want to. There was some noise. I cut the noise. I hit the wrong person.
I'm used to be shut up.
Anyways, yeah.
Toy Mamish, Eden.
Right, so that has to happen.
We don't
so
have
how
the
do we
luxury
make it
to
happen?
think now for next week. What is Poel Mamish now before the Kinnis? There's two things that need to happen. One thing is to get someone to approach the Kinnis to see if we can still get in there. And the other thing is who can quickly produce a one-pager brochure with the Minatzchim thing, a particular design, and saying, look, happening every Monday we get together, and here are some ideas that we're working on. This is what worked on in the past, worked on now.
How are they going to know? Like, everyone needs a reminder. So how do we make that?
What?
For people to join either the WhatsApp or the email. If they don't get that, they're not going to join.
You write on that paper, to join, please send an email to this number. Or
No, much better.
Go ahead.
Put a QR code. And automatically you shine your thing on it, you automatically sends a link. You can get it. It's very easy to make a QR code. You shine your camera on it, it automatically clicks you in and you signed up. And I've garnished on, he just has to shine his camera. Those that are a little shine, not so with today's technology will need, it should say befedish, type in, send an email or whatever. Well, you can have that too, but the easiest is a little QR code, and then you just do that, and boom.
And
maybe some quotes
and print off 1,000 sheets and we'll put it on the tables Friday.
Maybe some quotes from like Rabbi Brisky saying that he's part of the some of the shluchim like that popular shluchim.
Something simple, something clean, something clear. Not too many drushes, just a few words. And you can have, in the past, these are the people that we had. Here's some samples of who spoken in the past.
Listen, it's impressive when you say there's 100 and so shluchim, even though there's not 100 and so active, but still that signed up, and we want to grow this. That was that.
We have 91 in the Zoom not the Zoom, in the WhatsApp that's more active. And then in the other one, and they're not doubled. I took them out. There's 26.
Okay, so
And don't forget all the guys on email that don't have WhatsApp.
Right.
A bunch of guys on email.
There's about
there
100.
There's at least 150.
So
Join
the 150 shluchim already involved, and let's make it
Over
happen.
100.
Over 150. So I have a practical question. Wer geht das machen?
I'm still working on trying to get a handbook out for not a hand, it's not going to be a major book. It's going to only be a small little pamphlet with the various different ways of living Mashiach.
So maybe this could be on the back or the front of it, or like half the cover.
Yes.
If it's already going to come out.
I have to speak to Shalom Bear. When I reached out to him, he didn't want to work on Sunday. He couldn't work on Sunday. So my graphic designer, I'm going to reach out to him now, as soon as I'm done with this meeting, see if I can sit down with him today.
So that would be beautiful. In the back, make the back of the brochure, join us in this thing and shine. Adab.